Transfer portal season for Nebraska is pretty much over, and yet two massive Husker targets remain uncommitted. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a big final update around She-Ass Pete. How have things changed over the past couple of days? What are the Huskers' odds to land him? And then we're going to talk about another Husker wide receiver target. Why hasn't he publicly committed? And everything else you need to know about this situation. So really quick, massive Nebraska transfer portal update. Hit that like button if you're fired up. Also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, you're unsubscribed. What are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button. Best family here on Husker YouTube, posting daily content, recruiting updates, whatever you want. I got you covered. So join this family. Hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get into it. Talking about Nebraska and the transfer portal. It's pretty much over for the Huskers. They're not going after any new targets, and yet two of their biggest targets remain uncommitted to this day. So I'm going to start things off talking about She-Ass Pete, what's going on with his situation, how have things changed over the past couple hours. So again, you guys already know She-Ass Pete at this point in time, left tackle transfer coming in from New Mexico State, big 6'8", 320 pounds bruiser. He visited Nebraska on Wednesday. Things looked very good for the Huskers. I would say at that point in time, they were the odds-on favorite. After his visit to Nebraska, he went over to Stanford, and he was wowed. He really, really likes Stanford. He is a guy who cares about his academics. He knows how prestigious that university is. He had a great visit with the Cardinal. Now, it's a four-horse race at this point in time. Nebraska, Stanford, Kentucky. He had a great visit over there at the Wildcats, built a lot of good relationships with the coaches and the players. And then Vanderbilt, because his old quarterback, Diego Pavia, is their starter over there. So it's a four-horse race. It's still very open. Unfortunately, I would say that Nebraska is not the favorite here anymore. Listen, with the way the transfer portal works, when you get guys on a visit and they don't commit on their visit, things look very bad. Every single commit that Nebraska's had in this transfer portal class committed while they were in Lincoln. They saw on the dotted line. None of them went on another visit and then committed like a week later. Really didn't happen. I mean, Andrew Marshall is pretty much the only name there. But for the most part, the only way you can get a transfer is really when they're on campus and they're going to commit a day or two later. When it's taking this much time, it just doesn't look too good for the Huskers. They're not very good at closing with these offensive linemen. It's the same situation we have with Isaiah World. This feels like Falili Famoa 2.0, where we had Falili Famoa on a visit, and it was just quiet for a couple weeks, and then he committed to kind of a random school. Feels like it's the same way with She-Ass Pete. So the Huskers obviously aren't out of it. There's not like a crazy update there. He had a good visit with Stanford. Just really not liking where the Huskers stand. He's a guy who prioritizes his academics. Well, clearly Vanderbilt and clearly Stanford ahead of Nebraska in that aspect. And then, of course, Vanderbilt has that team connection. So I'd say Vanderbilt, Stanford, those are the two favorites. Nebraska, Kentucky, runner-up. Anything can happen there, but don't like where the Huskers stand. And then the problem is Nebraska's not going after any more offensive linemen. They're done with the transfer portal completely. So if we want another offensive line transfer, we're probably not going to get one until the summer. So that's the update around She-Ass Pete. Anything could happen. Just wouldn't say Nebraska's the favorite here. And then talking about Jonah Wilson, this is a really odd situation. So Jonah Wilson visited about a week and a half ago at this point. And from all intents and purposes, the insiders, the beat reporters are saying that he signed the dotted line a week ago. It's pretty much a done deal. Why hasn't he publicly committed? Now, I do not know the answer to this. I don't have a scoop on this, but I'd imagine it's maybe an academic issue. Again, something more than the sport, right? He's just trying to figure out some logistics here. So from all intents and purposes, Jonah Wilson is committed. This is pretty much a done deal. He's not going on any more visits, right? I'm not sure why this hasn't been publicly announced. I don't know. I expected it last Thursday. We're sitting here on Monday and nothing's happened here, but I expect Jonah Wilson to be the final Nebraska pickup in this transfer portal class. So, all right, guys, that's just kind of the final update talking about Nebraska in the portal. Again, we are pretty much done. I'd imagine the Huskers go after some guys in the summer, maybe a running back. We'll get into that in a future video. But again, pretty good transfer portal class. I'm going to make a video recapping all of that, so watch out for that video. I believe tomorrow I'll post it going over every single recruit, whether they're fit and all of that. So watch out for that video. I'm going to post tomorrow, Tuesday at 11 o'clock Central around that time. So watch out for that video. Let me know your thoughts down below about Nebraska and these final two targets. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go Greg, go Rhule. See you in the next one.